Okay. Hello and welcome to finally next installment of Pixelween. Today we're going to be playing Shadowgate 2014, and I have not set up the lights. We're just going to have these moody lights for Halloween because I have a cat on my lap, so I can't really get up and and fix that. Let's put a Shadowgate shortcut on the main screen so that you can have that there. So I'm basically entirely prepped for Halloween now. I have my costume, which I may wear at least for part of a Halloween possible live stream. I might even wear it just on Beggar's Night, or maybe even the week of Halloween. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do there, but anyway, I do have a new desktop wallpaper. Just a little bit of an update on what's going on with the Steam sales. Right now, I'm a bit conflicted because I just discovered that basically with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, I can get the game and the season pass because I own all the other Deus Ex games, including the Fall. Recently, I purchased that. So, as part of a sort of bundle deal, I can get like I can get the DLC, like season pass bundle with the game, and it's like 24 like or something. Let me actually bring that up just because I want to. It's an interesting thing here. It's part of a midweek madness sale. So I was gonna bring this up on screen just to kind of show. I can't really zoom in though. I don't think. Can I? No, I can't. But anyway, I can buy the game alone, 75% off, $14.99, or I can buy the deluxe edition for basically $25, $24.89, or I can buy the Deus Ex Collection bundle for $17.42, which gives me all of the same stuff, and because I already own everything else in the bundle, I actually pay less for the same thing. I get 81% off instead of 72% off. So, considering how much I'm going to be saving on this and getting, like, I don't have a season pass on the PS4 version, I'm probably going to be leaning toward that, which leaves, as far as the main things on my wish list, it leaves Abduction. I might go ahead and see if I can find it on my wish list. It might be near the bottom because I think I added it kind of recently. And I think I might be able to get both of them with my next paycheck, but I also have the gift thing from the birthday deal from Nintendo, which gets me 30% off of a number of select games, and one of them is Xenoblade Chronicles, which is probably what I'd be leaning toward. I'm not sure if I'm all that interested in the game, though. It may be dependent on what happens today with playing Shadowgate, because it's not made by the same company, but it's kind of the same style of gameplay. Kind of point and click first person adventure game. And if I'm finding that I can, reconnect with that genre, then I may be more inclined to get Abduction. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I might have to remove, I gotta remove Alice Madness Returns from my wish list because I already have it on. One, I already have it on, Origin, and two, it's not available on Steam anymore, so there's no point in getting it there. I think I'm looking for a needle in a haystack. And I don't think there's a Control F. Oh, I can. Okay. There we go. Just. Okay. Where's the save feature? There you go. It's not really a very Halloween-y type game, but I want to move it to the top of my list just because it's on sale. Now I can also move I don't remember what it was called. If I had watch in the title somewhere. I can also move Deus Ex Mankind Divided, but that's like the more expensive, at least for the one that I want to get with the season pass. The I should just look for things that are on sale. Looks like oh, The Witness. Okay. I gotta move it up because I mean it's a game people might be interested in watching me play. I mean, you could also just give me a recommendation of which game you'd rather have me get. Obviously, if anyone gives me something on Steam, it's my promise that I will play anything that's gifted to me on Steam. And if it's on sale, it will feel, at least to me, like a more even exchange. The Action RPG Maker is 50% off still. I don't know how good it is. I actually kind of regret not getting Leadworks because that was like a $100 piece of software that was like $20 for a while. Um, it has gotten some very positive feedback. It's an early access game though. The limited bundle is also and the cat's leaving me. Okay, I might be able to turn on the light now. I also need to use the bathroom. So I'm just gonna there's also City Skylines. I might put that up on my wish list too. You can get me the base game, I would play it. Yeah. Anyway, I will take a little break and then we'll actually get into playing Shadowgate. Okay, we're back. So, let's get started. Okay, let's roll our intro first. So, as you can notice, we have finally updated our wallpaper. Actually went through one of my favorite Yumi Hamasaki music videos, Marionette. It's really interesting. I believe it's on, you can see the whole thing on Avex's YouTube channel, I believe. So, it's just really spooky, interesting song that's really cool. Has some excellent choreography. Anyway, you got I decided to move the current game on to here so that we can just launch it. I don't know if this supports a Xbox One controller or not. This is point click. It'd probably be better to just play it on keyboard and mouse, but we'll check out the options. I remember playing Shadowgate 64. I think I rented it at one point, and if I recall correctly, it doesn't emulate well on PC, or at least it didn't when I last checked. I should probably turn off. Turn off this light. Well, so far it's not doing anything on the menu, so let's see. I turned on the volume at least in my headphones. Hopefully, it looks like the desktop audio is still well underneath the microphone, so it should. At least you're actually hearing the audio from the game, hopefully. To go into options, we're just gonna go with normal rather than retro. It's 720p. Actually, try go. Hopefully that's something you can so you have achievements here. Help creating a new game. Okay, so we have so that's interesting. There's normal and then there's classic. But within classic there are easy, medium, and hard. So classic mode actually has like 3 different difficulty levels, but normal is just a standalone difficulty level. That's also like easy, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see when we get there. We're say load. I think these are pretty straightforward. normal. And normal and classic. I'm familiar with first-person adventure games in general, like from playing Riven and Mist and all the other games, but I am a little rusty. And usually I play those games with strategy guides, so since I'm going in blind, although I have my phone handy, but I'm probably gonna go with normal. I also have a deep knowledge of the Shadowgate universe. I played the N64 game a little bit.
A hero's journey? A great quest? Certainly it shall be these things. But for you, young Jer Cuthega, soldier of Windermere, could it not be so much more? In dreams, I have come to you, beseeching, entreating. Ride south, boy. Take naught but a dirk, a torch, courage. Ride south from Rivelin, around the southern arm, through the Waven Fair Wood, past Myrithsath, beyond the citadel of Murlak Tor, and the spires of Gimdane, and the darkness of Tarketh's Pass. There you shall find my stone in wait. Under the shade of the mountain range, none have entered, either on foot, on mount, on wing. Gatekeeper, the oldest of spires, it harbors that which has been spoken of in whispers and ascribed to legend. Shadowgate, the living castle. But all is not as it should be. One of our own is now our great bane, a blight upon us. He has brought the ancient keep low, and it now lies fallow. It is there that you will find me, Lakmir of the Circle of 12. It is there that you will find this great quest. It is there that you will find yourself.
Welcome to the tutorial. Gameplay tips will appear at appropriate times to teach you the mechanics of the game. You can turn these tips on or off to change the command system, or change the command system at any time. Setting the type of the option menu, click the X to close this gameplay tip. The command system. Click on any object in the game and command icons will appear in a circle around that object. Click the command icon to use that command on the selected object. For example, to take that skull on the ground, first click on that skull and then take item and then say, "Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well, a man of great jest." A faint glow forms within the eye sockets of the bleached skull. You jump as the lower jaw rattles. "Come on, boy, I haven't got all day. Pick me up!" Alright, Bone Daddy. The skull. You nearly drop the skull and begins to speak. "About time, boy! You have no idea how long I've been here! You can call me Yorick!" Are you a man of great jest? Infinite jest, in fact, I believe is the appropriate term. I have no recollection of how I got here, but I do know plenty about this castle. If we need help on this quest of yours, just speak to me and I'll give you a hint. Look at root. Thick green roots twist through the dense foliage. Ah, a key. I thought that looked like a key. The metal key has several strange etchings on its shaft. I will take the key. Your inventory. It's like some over here. You take our stored in your inventory. You click on the satchel in the left corner of your screen to open your inventory. You can use commands on objects in your inventory. The use command. You use one object or another. First, select the object you want to use and use wrench icon and click the freaking thing. Okay. This is all roots. Yeah. What's that thing in the roots? Is it just more roots? Okay. Maybe it's a stone in the middle of the roots. Look at the torch. Quick glance at the torch tells you that it is pitched. That it's pitch wrapping is lit. Okay. Yeah, I think I can figure that out. Spell selection and objects. Look in the output section. Then scroll to the outcast section. Everything else is in the item section. Okay. You carry the key, unlocking the door. After you toss the key aside. But what if it can be used to unlock other doors? Look at castle. An ornate stone archway replete with carved skulls, frames and ominous entrance set into the side of a mountain. Let's look at the door. Iron bands bind the rough-hewn wooden planks that comprise this door. Let's open the door. The go command. I think I understand that in order to go somewhere I must go there. Whoa! Without warning, a pair of glowing eyes.
Here was a fool to send a child to do that which even the vaunted Circle of 12 could not. Contain my growing power. Come if you wish. It makes little difference. Seal your fate within this living castle of the dead.
Use the stationary objects. Do you see the label to the right? Yeah. Okay. I can use it. Without warning, a pair of glowing eyes fill the chamber. A dark voice invades your mind. Come ready, it's full. Blah blah blah. Yeah. I should have read the tutorial a bit more because I don't know where the oh, okay, it just takes me back out. Oh, that's the lever, probably. Look at lever. Ancient wooden lever protrudes from an iron plate set into the floor. Let's hit the lever. Oh, that works too. The lever moves under the force of your blow. In response, the stone section slides away from the wall, revealing an opening that holds a key. Oh, another key. Put the key in your satchel. Use hatch. Look at a hatch. A circular hatch is made of strange stone set securely within a mortared base. Some enchantment has sealed it shut. Perhaps a magic spell will open the hatch. Okay. Can use it. I don't think it will. Seems magically sealed. Okay. That's cool. Look at the antechamber. A cold mist swirls around your feet, casting a surreal pall over the stone-arched antechamber. At the door. A strange pattern, unlike anything you've seen before, is carved into the solid iron door. The door is locked. Look at rug. A pattern on this once fine rug has been dulled by time. The edges have become frayed and torn, but it really ties the room together. Hit York. Speak to York. Can I hit York? We'll have to hit York. Alright already, if you wanted me to pipe down, you could have said so. I'll keep my comments down to a minimum. Oh, I didn't mean to. If you speak to York, he interrupts. You better be sure you want my advice before you speak to me again, cause I'll be giving hints next. Okay. I'm pretty sure I should be using the key on the door. Probably. Struggle with both hands, turn the key in the stubborn lock. A satisfying click echoes through your chamber as you toss the key aside. Look at like a I just seem to know that the door easily swings open. Black arrow. In the lower right, next to your torch, is the black arrow. Select the black arrow to go to the room that is behind your current room in the map. Okay. Reading your map, click and drag the map. Use the plus and nice icons to zoom in and out. I'm sure. Wow, this isn't like an actual like map. It's just like kind of a flow chart of. I don't need to use the plus and minus icons. I can just use the mouse wheel. Okay. Saving and loading a game. Save and load your game at any time, and that's important since Shadowgate is a dangerous place. Click on the gear symbol in the upper right corner to open the save and load menus. You can also use keybinds for doing quick saves and quick loads. Learning spells. You learn spells from certain books and scrolls. First open the book or scroll and look at it to read it. Every spell does something different and will only work when cast on certain items or in certain places. You can cast a spell by selecting it from your spell tab in your inventory, clicking on the use icon and then on an object in or room, whatever. A damp, musty breeze wafts out from behind an altar set with a stone alcove. You note that the long hallway continues further into the mountain. Giving the skeleton a quick once over, you find no obvious cause of death. You do, however, have a bad feeling about this. Have a bad feeling about this. Open skeleton? Ooh. Your rough handling produces a piece of parchment and a scroll, which you put in your pack. Before anything else, I should look at the scroll. We might talk about the castle of Og. You read the hastily scrawled writing on the parchment. Since it's the only means to capture and control the elementals, you must hide the silver ore beyond the waters of the sewer. Scroll is brittle to the touch. Huh. Let me see here. There we go. It's probably a good place to save. Read the message scroll on a scroll. Fundero, the missive is missive of the utmost importance. We must coordinate our efforts. Seek my obelisk in the acolyte den below the sewers. I fear the worst is upon us, but I have plans in motion that may yet avert disaster. It is signed with the name Lakmir. I don't think I need to use the scroll. I was gonna take it, but I don't think there's an option to take it. Got the other scroll. Open scroll. There we go. The scroll crackles as you unroll it. Look at scroll. Read message scroll on the page. Brown, I'll have your dog. If you wish to see the flying ace again, then bring the free pumpkins to the place beyond the harbor store. By the way, for only one outfitted in a mask for the Hallowed Eve can gain. But be wary, only one outfitted in a mask for the Hallowed Eve. Hey, this is actually appropriate for Halloween. Can gain entrance. Now you must carve my message and illuminate the sacrifices in the field of jack-o'-lanterns. Then I will be freed, and this will all end. Cordially, DP. You may just send your hypothesis. You look closely at the torch. The old musty smell emanating from this book hints at its age. What could possibly go wrong? Something shifts under your feet as you open the book. Uh-oh. Look at the book. You scan the ancient manuscript, noticing most of the language is unintelligible. However, one particular word stands out from the rest. Invocan. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing a power and quickly write down the strange marking in your spell book. You have learned a spell. You 'll 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 'l 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 ' Okay, let me tempt fate. Okay. Most of the writing is difficult to decipher, however, a path catches your eye. It reads only death to those who disturb the sacred altar. Small cloud of dust rises as you close the book. Look at alcove. Okay, I can't look at the alcove. Okay, a damp, musty breeze wafts out from behind. So the alcove, you note that the hallway continues further into the mountain. Okay, I already. Okay. Okay, hallway. As it continues on deeper into the mountain. Okay. Go into hallway. Searching and looting. You can search and loot various objects in the game by selecting the object and selecting either open or use. Contents of the object will automatically add to the appropriate tabs in your inventory. Searchable objects include corpses, desks, bags, chests, etc. 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 F2, okay. Look at sack. This hand-stitched sack is made from the hide of an animal, which animal, however, is uncertain. Maybe a man animal. Open sack. You open the sack and find a scroll. You put this in your satchel while discovering the sack. The skull is not a relative of York. The skull has a deep gouge in the back of its head, telltale sign of a death blow from an axe. I take the skull as a companion for York. Can you use the skull? Can you use the skull on York? York, the way this displeasure saying, that's no way to treat a 1,000-year-old skull. You drop the skull into your satchel. You can actually take. You can open the skeleton. Okay. You search amongst the bones of the skeleton, but find nothing that interests you. Can you use the skeleton? You search their bones as they crack together in a disturbing way. Thoroughly rattled, you choose not to disturb the skeleton. Look at the small hall. Says ancient doors encircle the small hallway. There's a couple boarded up doors. I'm gonna go ahead and look at my the scroll. You tear the paper slightly as you unroll the parchment. Let's look at it. Well, the writing is difficult to discern. You manage to glean a few key phrases. Danger is real. Alert the surrounding lands. Seal off the passages into the Gatekeeper Mountains. The wax seal shows an eagle in flight and is signed by someone named Fandiril. Spells. Invocon. Can I click on and see what that does? Look at Invocon's spell. The translation of the spell glyph is Invocon. Your mind glyphs is some spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. Huh. The solid wooden door is banded in iron. door. These scratches and marks mar the surface of his otherwise simple door. The surface of the metal door is pitted with age-old rust. Let's go for the store first, I think. In certain difficulty modes, only commands pertinent to a selected object will appear on the wheel. However, commands that do not appear on the wheel can still be performed using keybinds. You can view and set the keybinds in the options menu. You can hide the UI element by using the hide UI keybind, bringing each element up only when required or if moused over. Look at the waterfall. Small waterfall empties into the lake. Look at skeleton. It's hard to tell from a distance, but you think you see a skeleton chained to a rock. Perhaps you need to get a closer look. Yeah, no thank you. I'm good. You find yourself in a large, damp cavern. Look like you sense something large and ominous deep below the surface of these black waters. They look kind of blue to me, but whatever. I also don't really see anything, but whatever. The passage. A curved set of stairs lead up into the darkened passage. Let's go to the passage. A magnificent waterfall cascades from the mouth of an ancient stone statue, painstakingly carved into the cavern wall. Below it is an undulating mass of water hovers playfully above the river, as does this will-o-wisp. Doesn't look quite like a... Let's look at the obvious thing first. A tall waterfall cascades down from the mouth of the statue. Carved into the cavern wall, you can see the outline of a cave opening behind it. Look at water elemental. Hovering before you is an entity made entirely of water and mist. The liquid elemental continuously forms and reforms in a hypnotic way. You've heard of a magical orb that can capture creatures like this. Having cut a deep furrow into the rock of this cavern, the underground river rushes past you and into a large crevasse. You use the waterfall? You cup your hands in the water and bring them to your face, washing away the accumulated grit and grime from your adventure. Okay. The river runs swiftly to your right and through a large opening in the cave wall. What is this? A marking looks like a dwarven craftsman stamp. Huh, okay. That actually sounds kind of like the it sounds ever so slightly like the linking noise from Myst. Let's go directly ahead if we can. Oh, we can. The cricket protests, the door opens. The doorway. A dry, decaying smell wafts out from this doorway. Okay. With stone tombs lining the walls of this musty crypt, there's an ancient, almost reverent air to this place. Well, reverence probably fine. Let's shed some light on the situation, shall we? Figure carved onto the lid of the tomb has a mischievous feral look to it. It's holding one upside down torch. I can't really tamper with it. Okay. Let's just look at it. The base relief carved on this tomb is of an ancient figure brandishing a sword. Let's save, shall we? No reason, just... Over the tomb, a horrific creature is released, letting out a piercing cry that cuts into your very being. It's a banshee! Well, you've seen the visage of the Warlock Lord, and now you have been cursed! Both of these things are time limits in the game. It's important both to cure yourself before you die, and to stop the Warlock Lord before he destroys the world. Some items in the game are flammable. Set an object on fire by selecting your current torching. Use icon, okay. Am I cured? The vision clears as the episode passes. Whoa, that was intense. But cured my... Regards to the large orange thing, it becomes painfully clear that it is a pumpkin. Well, I probably need this. So... Use mummy? Use mummy on what? Hit torch? Oh! I didn't mean to do that. You hear a mechanism release and then a rumbling beneath you to jump back as the tube in the center room slowly moves across the floor, revealing a stairway leading down. I just did that on work. Ooh. A horrible vestige of a wooden mask resembles a witch from a children's tale. Okay. Use... Careful not to destroy it. A drawing of 6 rectangular shapes has been drawn on the parchment. Several lines point to the shapes and writings underneath. You read 2 of the notations. The mirror leads through the furnace and into the castle beyond. And the mirrors require power to activate and will teleport to places strewn across the castle. Demesne? Demesne? I don't think I've ever heard that term before. Like there's the one who brought you here. You should seek him out. Look for an obelisk. Hey, what do I do about my curse? Or is that still a thing? Look at stairs. Set of stairs lead down into the darkness. Key binding objects. You can key bind anything in your inventory and some UI items. Your work thyself and your current torch. To the number 0 for 9 keys. Number keys. Select the object and hold Control and press one of the keys on your keyboard. Anytime you want to use that object, simply press the number key assigned to the object and click on the object you want to use on. This handwritten scroll is faded and difficult to read, but you can make out one passage. When Majal's tail blights the northern skies and the alignments are in harmony, then shall ye take the circle runes of water and fire and all-seeing eye and place them with the great eagle that sits on the one tree. Oh, vision of a wooden mass resembles which okay. Veins of quartz. The Elven Funhouse at King Otto's Fair. You see a warped reflection of yourself in the mirror, noting that you look nothing like when you started this adventure. See what reflection is in the mirror. You can only punch one of these mirrors. Catch some movement behind your reflection. You jump back in surprise before looking around the room. A faint warping effect moves across its surface. I can hit this mirror. You hit the glass with a quick, effective jab. The mirror cracks, revealing metal underneath. The mirror. Jagged crack mars reflects the surface of the mirror. Metal can be seen behind the broken glass. What does that do for me? Use mirror. You run your fingers across the jagged shards of broken glass. Ouch! That hurt, you mumble to yourself, pulling out a splinter. Use mirror. You run your fingers along the mirror's frame, looking for a hidden latch or release nothing. Okay. Look at hatch. See at the bottom of the opening. Is a metal door locked securely in place. Huh. You like it hatch. Perhaps something is securing it on the other side. Okay. Heading a handheld, you attempt to lift the rock, feel something move, but unfortunately it's in your back. Here's the rock, we're unable to get the proper leverage. So what? Why did I break that mirror? Just for the heck of it? Okay. Ooh, double clicking. Double tap on a command key to bind to lock it. You can then perform that command multiple times without reselecting it. Right click anywhere to deselect a command or object. You can also double click on objects to look at them, unlock doors to open them, and on open doorways to go through them. A strange entity made entirely of solid ice and cold vapor hovers around the room in front of you. You've heard of a magical orb that can capture creatures like this. You'll find later on. Frozen in this place, this piece of ice. Aha! As you scan the scroll, one particular word almost seems to jump out at you. Egg gap. In your mind's eye, you can see the glyph glowing with power, and quickly write down the strange markings in your spellbook. Before the scroll crumbles in your hands, you realize that you have learned a spell. Also, I want to see what happens if I use this spell. Use it on anything. The chill from the elemental causes you to miscast a spell, creating a small explosion. The ice elemental responds by blowing cold air in your face. Thank you. That is probably an absolute waste of time. Look at door. Our door sits firmly within a stone frame. Let's open the door. Let's go through the door. Ooh! Equipping objects. Those shield on the ground. This is an object you can equip objects by selecting them and then selecting the equip shield icon. Equip objects and then be seen on nice elf. Push an icon in the corner, upper right of the screen. Objects by following the same procedure. Put shield in your satchel. Yeah. I notice you. Moves his ponderous weight and begins gathering a breath. Yeah. The roar of the ancient beast releases a scorching stream of fire at you. Raises your iron shield just in time to block the dragon's flame, dispersing it harmlessly to either side of you. Put the hammer in your shackle. Gathering another breath, the dragon releases a superheated stream of fire to you. You lift your iron shield once again to block the fiery flames. This time you can actually feel the heat. Ooh. How greedy can I be? Is it perfect for York though? Actually, look at the gold pile. As gold can be fused together. Yeah, that's not gonna be much use to me. I could probably. And the situation fires much quicker. You barely manage to raise your shield in time to block the dragon's flame. While the shield protects you, it glows red hot. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here for us. I'd rush the room before the dragon can release a blast of fire. Teeth chattering, you stand within the cold cellar, hugging yourself for warmth. A creature made of ice hovers playfully on the far side of the room. Let's close this doorway. It really should have happened automatically. Hey York, what should I do next? I have no idea. Pick York. The wizard used to keep these elementals as pets, but to catch the magical creature you need a magic cage. Past Lackmere has something you could use. Look for one of his obelisks. Okay. Anything actually useful to tell me? The wizard used to keep these elementals as pets. Okay. And look for an obelisk. No idea where that could actually be. I don't know, should I... The costume mask on your head, the thing feels terrible, it makes it difficult to see. Just pumpkin on this thing. Says you use the pumpkin on the statue, but fails to accomplish much of anything. Okay. Shift to the floor, okay. Make markings list line the stone pillar and that shrouds the statue, one that looks a hidden figure with a darkened visage. I can actually take this scroll, okay. Cool. What's that? A frog? Parts of that wall don't look well made. I bet you could put your fist right through it. Shoddy craftsmanship, if you ask me. Huh. Oh. You pound on the stone with your fist. Your pain is immediately rewarded as the rock fractures and crumbles, revealing an opening. Force yourself for the narrow opening into the darkness beyond. A figure moves within the opening at the back of the grotto. She doesn't seem to pose any risk to you. From the opening in the walking wall above, cold air rushes down into the chamber, sending a shiver down your spine. Body taking all the time. Skull is yellow with age and replete with a long hairline cracks. You contemplate taking the bone. After a moment, you relent, deciding it won't be helpful on your quest. Oh, Yorick was. I guess the only one. Okay. Taking the bone after you relent will be helpful on your quest. Okay. Moving in the rocky wall above, cold air rush. That's something. That like a figure? That's just a pareidolia. Emperor crackles is flames dancing and looking at the wood. At the edge of a lava-filled chasm, impossible as it seems, the faint, terrified screams of an unfortunate soul echo within its depths. Do I really want to go that way? I can punch it. The metal brazier has a wide bowl mounted on a tripod. Legs look like a series of inverted hooks, poorly welded together. The brazier refuses to light. Well, I will hit the brazier. You strike the brazier mighty blow with your fist. The metal bowl separates with a clang and falls into the chasm, leaving the metal legs. I will take the metal legs. Put the hook in your satchel. To the edge of the lava-filled chasm, impossible as it seems, made terrified of me. Let's go. Look at the keystone. Carved on the keystone is of a circle within a shield outline. Standing strange writings cover the stone. You think you recognize the name Majal among the hard to decipher language. Let's go this way first. Looks a lot safer. Uh-oh. A dense fog greets you as the stone passage opens into a small chamber. The temperature plummets as a creature material is in front of you. It flinches from the light of your torch. How about a little fire? For cry, you swing the torch at the wraith. The ethereal being is instantly enveloped with a bright flash of flame. Its tortured moan hanging in the air as it vanishes. Really firmly attached to the wall, glowing of power. Truly, this must have belonged to one of the wizards of the circle. Part of a larger orange object hidden just inside the archway. A helm. I need a bunch of pumpkins probably for whatever ritual thing. Another door covered with strange designs and ornate filigrees. Whether it be a sewer or reservoir system for the castle, mold, mildew, and moss bespeckle the stones within this chamber. The hatch leads back up to the Iron door is latched shut by nothing more than a simple bolt. Pull back the bolt, opening the hatch. Let's go into your satchel. Let's go ahead and read it. As you read the scroll, one particular word stands out from the rest. Entrails. In your mind's eye, you see the glyph glowing with power. As you write down the strange marking spell book, the scroll crumbles in your hands. You have learned a spell. Cool. No idea what any of these do. Okay. Opening is some 5 or 6 hands wide. Ah. You jump and manage to find a handhold within a hatchway. After a frantic moment or two, you manage to pull yourself through. The room reminds you of the Elven Fun House in the cave. You pull with all your might, but the rune will not budge an inch from the wall. Perhaps it's enchanted in some way. I thought it was the one who brought you here. You should seek him out. Look for an obelisk. Okay. Where? A figure moves from the opening at the back of the grotto. Okay, you see such a furtive movement within the darkness of the opening. Something or someone is definitely up there. But I can't actually go up there. Okay, well, really don't have much of a choice. Maybe not. The bridge is held together with nothing but frayed rope and rotten wood planks. As if in warning, a mounted skull stands guard in front of it. Peering over the edge of the chasm, yeah. Okay, I can actually go to this passage. You take a hesitant step onto the rickety bridge. The bridge sways and cracks alarmingly. You halt in mid-stride and step back off the bridge. It definitely doesn't seem safe. Perhaps there is some entity that can help you become lighter than air. That buried carved stone appears to be a keystone. Okay. Go to bridge. Ooh. Obelisk? The stone den is damp and smells of copse and green foliage. As if a mirage, the far side of the cave shimmers and power emanates from a standing stone obelisk. I'm surprised to find a lush subterranean den this deep in the mountain. Look at obelisk. A stone obelisk is nearly 10 hands high, established with strange glyphs and three deep notches. It hums with an ancient power that assures you it can be powered by a simple magical invocation. But which one? York? Didn't you tell me that Lackmere once appeared to you at a stone like this one? Maybe these obelisks are the key to invoking him. Try using a spell to activate it. Okay. Alright, I gotta get a spell. Invoke on? Don't. This is probably a bad idea. Focus your will on the spell levels with whisper words. Your spell is unleashed. Strange apparition coalesces from within the obelisk, a ghostly figure of an old man hooked in a shimmering veil.
You have done well, simple soldier. Now,
You're calling me
listen
simple.
if you have ears, since the shadows grow long and time fleet. Some 40 years past, an evil, the likes the world has not beheld, escaped its prison. Talimar, the Black, he of whom I have already spoken. This warlock lord brought forth his dark magics and conjurations, and unleashed his foul vassals, desecrating these sacred halls. Talimar has laid waste to the combined power of man. And what of the Circle of 12, the great wizards? They are no more. I am the last. Pity me not, boy. We were resolute in our judgment, but erred greatly. 'Twould have been better to put our brother to death, but mercy and folly prevailed. I know not Talimar's full plans, but have discovered enough to fill my heart with fear. And yet, hope remains, and it stands or falters with you. Fare thee well.
Congratulations, you have earned the Wizard's Friend achievement. That'd be the... Yeah, I'll be calling it night soon. Just read the scroll quick. Read the words on the scroll aloud. 5 to find, 3 are 1. 1 gives access to the bladed sun. A silver orb to banish below. The staff of ages to vanquish the foe. Joining 2, the golden thorn. The last to invoke the platinum horn. You're supposed to, okay. Well, that's just... Map is a flowchart. One thing I want to try to do is retro graphics. Huh. That's interesting. It just makes everything look really pixelated. And it looks kind of half-assed in terms of just like making it look retro. I mean, it's kind of good, but I don't know. It looks like it's like, again, it looks like a pixelated filter over everything. It doesn't look like they actually... It looks like they had taken some care to make it look kind of... I don't know, like I have mixed feelings about the retro mode. It looks like... It looks like a filter. Like a fairly well done filter. But it looks like a filter. I'm probably just gonna go back to the normal mode. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for tonight. It's almost been an hour and a half anyway. It's coming up on an hour and a half, so that's kind of standard stream time, particularly for this late at night. That was something I'm not like absolutely immersed in. That's the game I might return to. I'm not 100% sold on it. I'm still very curious about Abduction. Last year I actually... I think I ultimately decided to kind of turn down the whole birthday deal from Nintendo. I might do that again. It's a really good deal, and it's like, you know, it's for my birthday, or at least for my birthday month. And it is unlikely to... I'm unlikely to get a kind of deal like this again. Like, that's kind of the thing. Like, there are Steam sales that happen regularly. So, that's kind of my thinking. So it's like the big debate of whether I get Mankind Divided or Abduction. And Mankind Divided is a game I already have on PS4. I'm not even really sure if the DLC is even going to be worth it to me that much. So I'm still kind of leaning toward Abduction, even though I'm not saving nearly as much. I think it is the newer game. And I need to restart Steam because it's been updated, I guess. Then there's City Skylines, which I'm very curious about. Especially if I can get a package of all the DLC that's been done thus far for pretty cheap. So that's another thing I might consider getting. I saw a deal for Mankind Divided where I can play it for free until Thursday. But again, if anyone like really wants me to play one of those games, they can always get to me on Steam. The link is in the description. Oh, the Steam wish list. And again, if you any game that's purchased from me as a gift on Steam, I will play. And again, I prefer someone get it while it's on sale. Just adding some things to my Steam wish list while I'm there. Like some of these things are just things that I may eventually get, or I want to be notified when they're on sale. So I don't feel any kind of obligation to, you know, buy anything that's like not on sale, unless you just really, really, really want to see me play it. Oh, the Surgeon Simulator, which is really cheap. It, okay, add that to my wish list. Probably I Am Bread, because that is definitely not a. There's like so many games that there's the Viscera cleanup this rampage. Might do that for a Christmas time or Pixmas or whatever I end up calling it. Oh, it's an Explorer's Bundle. Wow. That's like way too expensive for my also Firewatch I should put on my wish list. That's on sale too. Tacoma? Oh, From the Graders of Gone Home. Well, that sounds interesting. I'm adding that to my wish list too. Those will be all near the bottom of my wish list, but I just like adding everything from an Explorer's pack into my wish list. I won't be able to get all of them. A lot of these look very Mist-esque, so Abduction definitely will be the most Mist-esque of all of them. Portal Stories VR, which I'd be really interested in if I actually had a VR headset, but I don't, so I won't. That could be a Patreon stretch goal. Like if we get like 600 or 800 bucks. I think 600 bucks now. For like the Vive, I think. I think the Rift is actually going down in price. Something. Anyway. Oh, it's entirely possible you can actually get the Vive, like, I can actually put the HTC Vive on my Steam wish list. Like, I can put the Steam controller and other, like, Steam type products. I can add it to my wish list. I'm gonna leave it at the bottom of my wish list. Someone would have to be really super generous, and I would. I will say this: any VR games you request, every VR game that you or probably anyone else requested me, I will probably play. Unless it's just like really super duper expensive. I don't know. I'd had to have like a super fan this early on who is also just independently wealthy. Yeah, I'm just adding that on a lark. Anyway, regardless of any of that, insanity, thanks for watching. You can follow us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. It will really help a lot. Like, even if you donate just $1 a month, it's more than I'm currently making on YouTube because I can't monetize anything. And even when I could, I wasn't making that much. But in any case, if you do that, just keep watching. Watch some of my archive stuff. A review is going to count to that 10,000 view goal. So anyway, as always, LCS and DITBI will see you in my next live stream. Sayonara!